Hey guys, this is MJ and welcome to my channel, Audiobook Geek. So I am starting a series where I just wrap up the books that I've read in the past week. So let's get to it. First, I want to talk about this YA book that I got on my Kindle from Netgalley. It's called The Epic Crush of Genie and it's by F.C. Yee. F.C. Yee. This book is hilarious. I actually finished it this morning because I just wanted to know what was going to happen. So in the story we meet Genie, and Genie is determined to get into an Ivy League school, and she will stop at nothing to achieve her dreams. Not demons, not a hot guy that fell from the sky, not overbearing parents, nothing. If you are looking for something to make you laugh and really reflects what it's like to have a lot of pressure on you to get out of your town that's small and stifling and try to stand out from a crowd of other really smart people, this is a really great choice. The next book that I'm listening to on audiobook on the Audible free channel is The Unseen World by Liz Moore. This is a wheelhouse book for me. It's a lit flick, it's really slow, the narrator is a woman, and it's telling the story of a young girl who grows up pretty isolated because she's homeschooled by her single dad. Her dad is working on AI in the 80s in a Boston university. So you just get this really claustrophobic kind of yearning that this young girl is going through to try to understand who she is in relationship to her father, who seems to be getting a little bit sick, and she doesn't know how to confront it yet. Next, I'm reading Flesh, Bone, and Water, and that is by Luiza Sauma. This is also a Netgalley book that I got a couple of months ago, and this one takes place in Brazil and in England, and it's telling the story of a man who's currently a doctor, and he's just reflecting on his past after he got a letter from this woman that used to work as a maid for his family back home. I haven't gotten too deep into the novel yet, but the writing is really atmospheric, and I always love reading about South American countries and their cultures. Next, I'm reading Tinkers by Paul Harding. So I have this in paperback. It won the Pulitzer Prize, actually, and my friend recommended it to me when I went to visit her in Maine, and we stopped at her favorite bookstore, Print Books, in Portland. So this is also another wheelhouse book for me. It's very slow, it's very short. This book is about two men reflecting on their lives, a father and son. One is a tinker, and he spends his life going out into the woods, servicing the people who are not living in the town. They're pretty isolated. And the other is about his son, who is obsessed with clocks and putting them together. So the son is dying in this novel, and this book is a lot of reflections of him looking back at his life when he was a child and what it was like to grow up. And a lot of it is also his dad and his dad's reflections on nature and what it's like to be someone who suffers from severe epilepsy. Lastly, I have been reading The Dhow by McNeill, and I've been reading this since May. I don't know what it is about this book that just won't let me get pulled in and just finish it right away. It is an interesting book. It is the story of a young woman who is visiting an East African country, taking some time out from being part of a program that's like Doctors Without Borders. So the book is really well written and it's interesting, but the idea of this woman who comes from a very privileged background and she's living with her family in, I think it's Tanzania. They're very well off, and a revolution is approaching. So it's just a little bit hard for me because they're not really part of the native culture. They are outsiders that came, when the country was colonized, and just kind of banking on that. So that's a little bit hard for me to read right now, but it is a really interesting novel and it's really well written. That's all I have. So if you guys want to let me know what you've been reading this week, and if you have any suggestions about what I can read, I definitely, as soon as I finish the books that I have been reading, I'm going to be picking up Citizen by Claudia Rankine, What It Means When a Man Falls from the Sky, and probably Infomocracy by Makala Older. I don't remember the name of the woman that wrote When a Man Falls from the Sky, but I will post it down below in the show notes. So guys, let me know what you're reading, and as always, enjoy your next read. Bye!